the original two canceled radio guys.
Here's Kristen Costello.
Thank you, Mr. Old Announcer Man. Yeah, I'm Chris.
I'm Costello.
You'll catch on. Hey, Costello, how was your week with you and your kitty anyway? Did you and your kitty have a good week?
My kitty. Oh, you know what? Can I tell you a story about my kitty?
If you have to.
Well, you think you'll like this actually, because this is something
go ahead.
we couldn't say on radio and would have guaranteed to get me fired. All right, because when I first came over here, right, there are certain words that you don't use in America that we use in England, and they mean totally different things. Well, one pertaining to kitty cats is one of them, and I was just out and about one day, and I saw this lovely woman with a really pretty, nice-looking kitty cat. So, in my usual way, I went up to her and I said, "Hey, that's a lovely pussy you got there." I got slapped.
You think so?
Yeah, my ears are still ringing, and it's some years later. Yeah.
I'm starting to worry about you with these kitties. You have a dog, right?
I've got a corgi, just like the Queen had. Yeah.
But you got a cat, too.
I have two cats. I have a Maine Coon, and
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to have the dog.
I just never pictured you to be a cat person. I thought you were like a dog man.
The dog man. That's so. You got dogs. You know how much trouble they are. It's like having a 3-year-old running around the house.
Well, they're great. They're happy when you come home. They're happy to see you. They have personality. Cats just look at you and just kind of like,
oh no,
want something.
My cat comes out. She's more affectionate than the dog is. But no, the dogs have attitudes, big attitudes. They sit around and pout and chew on shit.
I'm happy. I'm happy. You're happy with your kitties.
I am happy.
I wanted
with
to ask
my
you.
kitties.
So you were married once, you've been single. I guess since how long have you been single now?
Oh,
how long have you been a single guy?
Jeez, years. Well, I lived with the children's mother for a couple of years. Over 20 years.
So you've been single with over 20 years.
Yeah.
You've been a bachelor, single guy.
Yeah.
Wow. Is your breath bad, or are you broke?
I do shower.
Does your dick not work? I mean,
No.
what's going on? Is it all three? All the above? What's going on with
it? Doesn't mean I've got laid in 20 years. Been a while. Not that bad.
It could.
I'm sure that happens to people. No, I was just really busy running a business in Vegas and raising 2 children on my own. And I did have a couple of girlfriends, but just after the
did you have to blow them up every night, or
slow puncture's a terrible thing. Well, I tell you what, it was, you got kids and women don't want to, you got kids, I don't want to get involved, yada, yada, yada. All right, lady, listen, I've got a business to run, so on your way. So there you go. Now I don't have a business to run, I don't have kids, so I'm going to have a good excuse.
I know, you don't have a business anymore, you don't have kids,
mm-hmm.
and yet there you are with 2 kitties.
And a dog.
Excuse me, and the dog, okay.
I was told that if I had a dog, it would attract women. Hasn't worked.
Have you ever got really, really hot for someone like we touched on this a little bit last week. Mm-hmm. We got to finish it up today because there's a couple of things that happened this week.
Uh-huh.
I guess they call it body shaming. I call it or body positivity. I call it fat positivity. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. I'm fat and I'm happy. Well, and you'll be dead.
Fat, happy, and dead.
If I get behind, because I went a little shopping and stuff. So if I get behind one more woman in the lard ass size yoga pants, and the fat.
Oh, you mean junk in the trunk? Isn't that
bulging? Yeah. Well, the bigger than that, it just moves, it rolls, it shimmies. And you look to the front, and there's this big thing like a pubic mound just hanging over, and it covers up the vajayjay. And you just look, and
Oh,
she keep a sandwich hidden underneath there, just lifts that up when she wants to.
probably does.
But I mean, it's just like, how do you keep it clean down there? How do you even find a dang thing? I mean, it's just they've made it okay now to feel good about being fat. So maybe, I don't know, maybe what happened this week will change that a little bit. There are two women who died this week who were, big girls.
They were huge.
May have heard of them, may have not. I mean, I don't ever have
Well,
watched a soap opera.
I thought we solved that problem last week with Lizzo.
No, it didn't work. Nope.
She didn't work out with the Bears.
Didn't work.
Okay.
No. I mean, this was a woman who was on General Hospital for 15, 20 years. Her name was Sonia Eddy, just 55 years old.
Yeah.
Big girl, gone. Died to say this person I definitely didn't know. I guess there's a TV network called WE-TV. You familiar with WE-TV? You ever seen that?
I haven't actually. No, I haven't. I don't think so.
No, they put one on there. Her name is Jamie Lopez. Okay, and she opened what is called a super size salon, hair salon for plus size girls.
Okay.
Okay. When she opened the salon, she was 840 pounds.
God. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. When she died yesterday, she was wearing the skinny jeans at 434 pounds.
Oh my God.
So during the course of the first season, she lost 400 pounds, but still at 434. I can't imagine what you have to do and not do to get yourself to weigh over 800 pounds. I mean, that's just like, what do you eat? When she opened the salon and started the show, she had to design the place and everything from her bed because her bed she couldn't get out of there. So when she got enough where she could get up and move around and stuff at around 650 pounds, and then they started filming the series and getting ready to start season 2. But she died in her sleep, 37 years old.
That's a shame.
Heart issues. I mean, come on. You think?
It's sad. I mean, the question is, but why do you get so huge? Is this a...
You know what it is?
What is it?
I don't know how you get there, but it's suicide. Okay,
well,
if you do that to yourself and you think it's really cool and you look good now and I can be body positive and all this stuff, well, you're going to be dead. You're not going to live. And these two women are a perfect example, 37 and 55, both way, 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 way too young,
It is, and 37 in particular. But you wonder, when do you start getting that big? Things when you hit puberty, they just kind of go, boom. Or too many French fries, or is it just is it diet?
It's got to be a lot more than that. I mean, what's it, like 15 cheeseburgers a day?
Oh, my God.
Couple of cakes? I mean, box of chocolates. I mean, what are you doing to get that big? It's just like, and why would you not care? And when you start to see you getting bigger, why would you not have the flag go up and stop and just go, well, wait a minute. I'm the size of a Macy's Day blimp. I mean, it's time to stop eating. It's just... Good
so,
God.
Okay, here's the question. Here's the question.
Yeah.
Do you feel sorry for these people? Or should we feel sorry for these people? That's be another way of putting it.
No.
You don't think so?
I look at it as suicide. If you've done that to yourself, there's going to be consequences. So all the women who went into the supersized salon, they're all happy. They're all big together and stuff, and they think they're accepted, and they can wear bikinis. I mean, I was at a hotel pool last spring, and it was empty. It was just me and my wife were there. All of a sudden, we heard someone talking, and I could see the phone on the stick. They're going to do a selfie. They're taping themselves. They are doing a live thing for Instagram. And here they come around the corner of the pool. She must have been at least 550 pounds, and she's by herself. And she's like, here I'm at the pool, at the hotel, and it's just so great, having a great time. But she's all alone, and she's just trying to make herself out to be something special that she's not. How many followers? Who knows, But she's just too big. I told my wife, she jumps in the water, we got to move back about 30 feet. There's going to be a tsunami issue here, I mean, it's going to be bad. I'm just,
well, you know what?
I just don't understand. I don't understand why they get this movement of like positivity, like it's okay. Be proud of yourself. Be proud and be dead.
This is true. I have noticed that the advertising world have embraced larger women recently, certainly in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
And
exactly right, man. I've seen that too.
It's okay to a point, but then again, no. this is, I mean, if that's what you want to put your product out to be, I don't think that's necessarily a particularly positive thing. And it's sad because it's not. Yeah, and the reason they do it is because there's an awful lot of overweight. I mean, I'm heavy. I'm not that fat, but I'm pounds.
Well, I mean, we're getting to be a pretty large country as far as people size goes. I mean, I just remember, when I was growing up, you watch TV. It was pretty people, and once in a while there'd be someone who's a little overweight who was an entertainer. Not very many, and it just wasn't accepted. Unless you had just an outrageously acceptable singing talent or whatever, or you would be made the fun of in movies and whatever if you were.
Yeah, remember how much shit they used to give Liz Taylor, because she got a little big, and she wasn't that big at all.
She was just a little chunky.
Yeah,
so she wasn't obese or anything. I remember the movie Shallow Hal. Where you couldn't see how fat the woman was. He just saw her as something else. And that was just a few years ago, and it was okay. You can even do that now. It's I don't know.
PC gone crazy, isn't it? It's we can't talk about body shaming, and you probably get shit for this. And as a matter of fact,
we're definitely going to get crap for this, but I'm sorry. It's just, to me, it's disgusting. It's and there were larger people. It's like, I guess they would wear clothes to maybe try to camouflage it to look better, make themselves look skinnier. Well, no, they just flaunt the fat. I mean, there's fat rolls coming out of dresses, fat rolls coming out of necks, pubic mounds flopping everywhere. It's just there for the world. They think it's cool. I mean, how cool is it to be dead? It's like, I'm fat, I'm positive, and I'm choking on a sandwich, and I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah, Mama Cass. She wasn't. I mean, she was big. She wasn't that big. Was she?
Who'd you say?
Mama Cass. Remember?
Aging yourself, aren't you?
I saw it. I read it in a paper somewhere. Honestly.
Oh, is that what it was?
The Mamas and the Papas. That was the band. Oh, band. It was a group of singers, and Mama Cass actually did die from choking on a thing, but they always said she was big. But anyway, I think it's sad.
Well, she's not.
She wasn't that big.
She's not near as big as people are today. She looks really tiny compared to what you see today.
Yeah, usually at Walmart as well, and wearing spandex.
That's one of the reasons I don't go there. I think they put something in the fluorescent lights too. You ever walk in there? I just turn into I get a headache and turn into like a zombie. Must get to the exit door. I'll buy something just to get out. It's just I can't handle it.
I haven't found the Walmart yet. Maybe that's my problem with my lack of dating. So I haven't found Walmart. I'm sure there's one around here somewhere.
If you're trying to pick up somebody at the Walmart,
there you go. Yeah, well, I'm thinking maybe so.
You're gonna speaking of dying, you're gonna die a lonely man.
Right, yeah, indeed. I tell you what, if
out there.
if we've pissed you off that much, you feel free to send us an email, and you can do that. By the way, let me just give them the email address because
yeah.
At the moment, it is chrisandcostello@yahoo.com. That's easy, isn't it? chrisandcostello@yahoo.com. And for the moment, that's what it's going to be. As we get more technical, it might change a little bit. But for right now, chrisandcostello@yahoo.com. Death threats welcomed. We don't mind. Just leave your name and address so we know where to come get you.
It's okay.
Wouldn't be the first time, would it?
It's a daily thing, man.
Yeah.
It's Jamie Lopez, the supersized salon woman who was 440 pounds when she died. They had a place. There was quite a lot of comments afterwards, and it's just, "Oh, you're beautiful. You're this. I'm gonna miss you on the show." I'm just going, "What? The what?" And then there would be those that going, "Get real. She was a heifer. What do you expect?" So it was like there's no in between. It was either like I guess the larger people who are going, "Oh, you're beautiful. You were great. I'm sure going to miss you," and then the people who look at the reality of the thing and just go, "What is wrong with you? What do you expect?" And your heart couldn't take carrying around that load, and it could not. So
yeah, beached whale.
Anyway,
that's true. So we'll sign them all up for the Bears, or maybe the Rams need some help, or
put her on the front line. She'll last two plays, and then they'll carry her off, and she'll still be dead.
It'll be useful at least.
She'll be dead, right? Anyway, so I promised them no more no more fat positivity unless something comes up.
Okay, so we've now
enough already.
We've and then now you've body shamed like 25% of the country.
I think so. Yeah.
Remember, Chris and Costello at yahoo.com.
So we'll leave the female part and we'll go to the guy part.
Yes.
The disgusting guy part. I guess you saw where Harvey Weinstein was convicted again of a rape. He was convicted on the East Coast. Now they convicted him of a rape on the West Coast. So
yes,
I mean that's it. He's the one with the cactus stick. I don't know if you heard one of the women describe it as like
no,
it was like he didn't have any nuts, and the dick had lumps and stuff all over it, like a cactus. I went,
oh,
you know, the things you do to get into the movies. I mean,
good God.
I mean, it was bad enough to get. I mean, it's because of him. It started the hashtag Me Jew movement. You know, so
that's right. Me Too. Yeah. The Me Too has Peyronie's disease apparently.
Oh, with him, it's the hashtag Me Jew. So it's
that's a horrible. That's a horrible thought.
If you're fat and you're ugly, and then you got a cactus dick on top of that. I mean, I guess maybe the way he just thought it's the only way he could have sex. Even he had money though, but it's just like the Bill Cosby effect. I'll just have him come to the room and do a private audition, and then just here, do this, take
slip
that,
him a Mickey,
suck this, move that, bend over that. So
yeah. It's, Bill Cosby used to do that. I knew about that years ago when I first moved to Vegas.
But you knew about that?
Yeah, because this friend of mine said they were talking about how this friend of his used to go and play tennis with him, and then one day he got a little too friendly. They said, "Oh, he does that all the time." Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, that was back in 87, I would say. It was right after I left school.
Well, there's some women who go as far back when he was on I Spy with Robert Culp. I think that was back 60s, early 70s, something like that. I mean, I don't understand why he had to do that, because he was popular. He was a funny comedian, good-looking guy. Why do you got to drug the women and to do that? I mean, he didn't have to. He's going to the Playboy Mansion. He can have anybody he wanted. But it's more fun if I drug him up. So they talk less, and I get to do what I want.
Well, maybe that's what it was. He just didn't want to hear him. It's like, yeah, but Weinstein. Well, that's just the way the whole industry ran for a long time. It probably still does. The casting couch, and
to a degree, but he was the biggest. He was the biggest and the worst, though.
Yeah, well, at least one of the worst, and I'm sure there are others, and there were many others.
When he got caught, I don't know.
Yeah, and many more lower down who pretended to be, and weren't, pulled the same scam. Oh man, they're everywhere. Yep. They're everywhere.
Since he's convicted, he's got 23 years on the East Coast, and I forget how many years they just convicted him on in L.A. He'll never get out of prison again anyway, so that's all good news for everyone involved. So
he probably won't even.
Bye, Harvey.
Yeah, he won't even get laid in prison now. Not with a dick like that.
No, I think the guys in prison would take a look and go,
"Hello,
I ain't touching it." I don't care how much soap we got. I'm not touching that thing. It's not going to do it.
I have nightmares now.
So speaking of prison, I only looked at the show one time. Only because the couple who ran it, and I saw a promo for it, and it's because the stars of the so-called reality show, they were based in Atlanta, which is where I'm from. So right. I said, well, let me check it out. And it was like called Chris, whatever her last name is, Knows Best. And I thought the guy was a freak, and they just a weird-looking family. I just barely made the one episode, and I went, I don't care where it's based out of. I'm not watching this thing again. Mm-hmm. And they were convicted for bank fraud, tax fraud, all kinds of stuff. Let me tell you what. When this guy gets to prison, you talk about a number one prison bitch. I mean, he's going to be it. Have you ever seen this guy? You know what I'm talking about? The show?
No, I'm sorry. I live under a stone.
I want your attention. Chris and Costello, the original canceled radio guys, would like it very much if you'd subscribe to the podcast. There will be prizes. Just go to https://www.chrisandcostello.com and click on the oh so convenient button called subscribe. Only $3. Thank you. XXX.
don't be sorry. I mean, you're better off for not having seen it. I get nightmares having to watch it one time.
And they were in Atlanta?
And that natural-looking people, he comes across, you remember Paul Lynn?
Yes. Yeah.
He's like Paul Lynn, okay?
Oh, okay.
That's the way he speaks.
Oh, all right. So
you're going,
he's a
Paul
drama
Lynn,
queen.
as we all know, was not like a big family man with a bunch of kids. So here's a guy who's a Southern Paul Lynn with a, wife with a poofy haircut and a bunch of Southern kids. It just didn't make any sense.
It triggers you, doesn't it? it triggers you.
Back to my youth in Southern. Thank God I never met anybody from the son of the South who acted like that. But
so
you'd have to just
pull up
an episode. I think it's on either A&E or Bravo or something. You got to check it out. And just watch one episode and everything they recorded, they're going to play it until then. Of course, it's all been canceled. They had their kids had shows. They canceled all those as they should. I mean, they just robbed. They falsified bank loans. They just they said they made this when they didn't, had this when they didn't. Just the usual type stuff.
Yeah.
Million. I mean, a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars. So he got 12 years in prison, and she got 7.
Oh. Well, she
can
can visit
appreciate
him.
the fact that he's going to prison. If you'd watch him or listen to him for 5 minutes, you'd go, "Oh God, he's not gonna make it." He's
well. I mean,
walks in, one guy's gonna go, "That bitch is mine." It's just pretty obvious.
Hey, by the way,
just pull it up and watch it.
I tried to send you a packet of these Trump playing cards or collecting cards. Did you get them? I tried to send them to you because you didn't get it. Oh man, I don't think they're available anymore. But
well, I heard that they were really hot for the first couple of days. Now they've calmed down. Prices dropped after the first 2-day frenzy of the.
I think they cost me like $30 or something like that, and they went up to $300. And I think
you actually got some. How many did you get?
I got the whole set. I sent them to you, and you didn't get them. You haven't got them.
That's okay. Yeah. If it had the name, I might delete it by mistake or on purpose. I'm not sure.
You
so
might
what did they look like?
Cheap, really cheap. They were.
Pictures of him in what? And just wearing the same old plus size suit, or?
Oh, he was in a. They say now that I honestly couldn't stomach to look at them all. I just kind of got them and sent them on. But apparently he was like in cowboy outfits and things like that, and.
Are you serious?
Yeah. A big duster on at one point, and but they say that that's not him. They just put his face in there, and they've used other people's photographs. So that's good. He'd probably get sued over that too. And
wow.
Hey, funny enough, as you know, in Las Vegas they have the Trump Hotel, which I assume is still there. They offered me a job there as a photographer. Some years ago, I turned them down. Can you imagine?
Do what?
Oh, just whatever photographic needs they had for conventions or events or stuff like that. I used to do a lot of that stuff. And
they had stuff at that hotel there.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
they don't have a casino in there.
No, they don't. No, he was not allowed to have that. That was Steve.
Well, they couldn't
Winston.
stand it. They wouldn't give him a gaming license in Las Vegas, so
No.
it was just a hotel off the strip with no casino.
Yeah, right next to the Fashion Show Mall, and I'm surprised it's still there personally, but not gaudy. You know what I mean by gaudy, right? Tacky.
Have you been to his place in New York? And
No,
probably about the same way.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
All a bunch of shiny gold and all this, just to try to give you the feeling of like wealth and money, but it's comes across more of tacky.
Yes.
But I have a friend of mine who bought a condo there,
wow.
just as an investment,
Okay.
not to live there. He was just going to rent it out and lease it out, and he loves the place. I mean, there's only have one restaurant in there. It's a cafe, and it's I went there to meet him. It's busy. I looked at his condo. It's like it's okay. Some have decent views and whatever. So if you don't care, but I think there's two different type of people there. Some people just looking for a good room to stay in or at a decent price, and then the other group are the MAGA people. They wear the shirts and the hats, and they go there and they go to his hotels. So they still do that. But it was a wild thing to watch because some people who were non-political who could care less, and then of course, then there were the MAGA people.
That'd be the way to be, is to not care less. I mean, like I said, it was it was just like every other hotel in Vegas, but it just seemed a little cheaper. And I turned them down. I said, no, I'm really not interested. Thank you. I'll move to Texas. No, it was before
you moved
then.
to Texas.
Yeah,
That's when you lost your
Texas.
British accent. I hear you're trying to get it back this week.
I've been working on it for you. I have been over here more of my adult life than actually more of my life in America than in England, actually, thinking about it. So not really surprising.
Based after the year that England had, it's probably a good thing you've been here in the U.S. I mean, what a crappy year for your country this past year.
Oh, it sucks.
I mean, see how many prime ministers you go through? You go through about 3 or 4. The Queen died. I mean, one minute she's welcoming the new prime minister, the next day she's dead. I'm just going, what happened to that meeting? And then, of course, the country totally shut down.
Yeah.
To say goodbye to the Queen. I knew they would. That's kind of one of the things that us Americans like about England. You like the history, like the monarchy, you like all that full stuff, and because we don't have any of that. So
you nearly
the
did.
whole country shut down. The economy's in the tank. Your fuel prices are outrageous.
Yep.
You got workers all over the place, striking all over the place.
Yeah.
It's just like, what a stinking mess. I mean,
I was supposed to be over there right now.
they're
Actually,
pumping sewage up on your beaches. I mean, it's going,
oh, nice.
what's happened to you guys? What's happened to that country? I love England. What happened to it?
I don't know.
What happened?
I was supposed to go over there now to celebrate the upcoming festivities, and
Boxing Day.
Boxing, my favorite day. I always like Boxing Day.
I was there one for Boxing Day. It was a trip. It was pretty funny.
It's great. It's great. Everything's done,
I liked it.
and you.
People came from all over Europe to go shopping there Boxing Day. It was
Oh
fun.
yeah. I used to have or right after New Year's, but yeah, I was. My sister was going to fly me over there, and I said, "Well, I haven't seen you for years, so look, we'll buy you a ticket." And I said, "No." And she goes, "What? I'm buying." This is what my kids did to me, actually. Same thing, very similar thing. I said, no, I mean, really, come on. You're going to be sitting in the dark, reading by candlelight. He said, oh, no, we won't. Oh, yes, they are. I was right. I don't like to be right all the time, but I was right. Yeah, it's in chaos.
Yeah,
Complete
the
chaos
heating oil is
right
too
now.
expensive, so all your fellow Brits are sleeping in quadruple layers to stay warm. They don't dare turn the heat on. I'll get a £2,000 bill. I mean, the country is in the shitter, man.
And it's colder than.
It'll be a better year for you. You got this. Your new prime minister is like an ultra billionaire, so
Yeah, he could bail
he
him
should
out
write
if he
a
wanted
personal
to.
check and help out. I know. How did he get selected? I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how your process works.
It's his wife who. It's a good. Well, you start off as like an MP, member of Parliament, and it's like you go through the local, and then you end up in Westminster, and run.
But there was an election for this guy because the prior lady who
No.
lasted about as long as it takes for an egg to spoil, she was gone. So he had to be selected by the ruling party.
Yes.
Is that how it worked?
In that case, yeah, you don't have to. Well, they had a vote within the party, but not a general election. Well, they couldn't because they had to have somebody, and as what's her name had just gone, oh shit, and left. They had to do something, but that's what they did.
I'm surprised Trump didn't go for when there was an opening.
I wouldn't be surprised at
Prime Minister
all.
of England.
They hate him over here. They absolutely hate him. The Queen hated him.
The last time I was there, I think it was his first year as president, and they had this. Man, it's the funniest thing. They had like one of those
balloons?
helium balloons, a big one, and Trump was in a diaper, and he had his cell phone in the other, of course, tweeting and sucking his thumb in the other, and they had that floating over Parliament in front of Big Ben. It was just the funniest damn thing. It was great. Yeah, this country hates this guy.
He went up there when he met the Queen. He put his arm around her. You do not touch the Queen. Period. You're told these things. Don't touch the monarchy. Period. Speak if spoken to. Shake hands if you're offered a hand. You don't go up and put your, hey, darling. Can I pet your pussy?
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was thinking. Let me see what that Queen P feels like. Yeah, whap. Got my whap. Got my head on that whap.
Can you say Tower of London? We got a one-way ticket for you, pal.
I was just thinking. So we get this Chrisley guy, the Paul Lind of the 2020s.
Right. Yes.
The president. What if he was in the same place they're going to send Trump to?
Well, that'd be interesting.
Well, it's like, man, we'll do a little history. So it's up to the hands of the Department of Justice whether to charge him or not. I'm thinking that they will.
I think they will,
which
too.
would make history, because if you think back when Nixon, they probably would have charged him as well too. But his predecessor, of course, who was in the same party and was his vice president, gave him a full presidential pardon, so they couldn't touch him.
Yeah,
who's going to pardon Trump? There's no one to pardon Trump. So he has no protection. So why not just go for him? You know, if he's walking around and they're putting all these other yayos in prison, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. And he's the first one that should go, and then let's see who follows after that.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Rudy Giuliani and I don't remember the others. There's about 4 of them, and no, they have to. I mean, Tricky Dicky he did bad shit. I mean, there was stuff done. The Watergate thing wasn't great. I mean, but it wasn't anything compared to what this cat has done. I mean, he has
exactly.
I mean. Do you remember when he went to Russia and he had a closed door meeting with Putin, just him and Putin? It's like, excuse me, sure. And I bet you anything, you know what that conversation was? Look, I'm going to take over Ukraine, but I'll wait until you're out of office first, okay, Donnie? Yeah, that's what happened. I'll bet you. And then the same thing with
kinds of things happen.
The North Koreans and everything. There's that. Then there's the stealing of papers, afterwards and trying to flush them down the toilet. Numerous. I mean, the list is too long.
We got to gross it. Well, the crookedness of his companies. I mean, his company was found guilty, but they didn't charge him for his company being found guilty of numerous infractions, inflating. You know how the thing goes. Mm-hmm. If you want to borrow some money, you got to show you make enough to pay it back.
Right.
You don't want to pay taxes. You got to show you're not making any money. So, I mean, it's like when since they're releasing bits and pieces of his tax returns, they've been trying to get them for years, and some of them came out today. It's like, when he was president, the 4 years he was president, he paid a little over $1 million in taxes during those 4 years. Okay,
he actually paid taxes.
He's collecting that salary as president. The first year he's out, he paid nothing, and the last couple of years he's paid zero. So he's back to where he was before he got in office.
He was supposed to be audited, and they didn't do it. It's actually, I was watching news today, and hold on a second here. We'll just get rid of that.
That's one of your cats calling.
You're number 32. Your time is up.
That's right.
But he was supposed to be audited, and apparently people at the IRS said, no, we won't do that to him. And they tried like 3 or 4 times. Apparently, they dropped the ball, or somebody intervened. So there's another thing that somebody should. It's unbelievable.
If he didn't have that huge ego and that power hungry thing, if he realized that, hey, if I step back and stepped away from the political part, didn't run for president again, more than likely they would leave him alone.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact he keeps pushing and pushing and pushing, well, they're going to push back and go, well, we're charging you, bud. We'll see in court. That way, then you'll eventually get to go with that Chrisley guy. Chrisley knows best.
Oh, yeah.
When you get into prison, you get to prison. He will probably doke him. Yeah.
Well, I mean, apart from the
what are you doing to him? I'm doking him.
I just
be paying attention. They know what a doke is, and say he's going to get doked.
Doke? Oh yeah, I want to get a pie in the face. But it just, I mean, regardless of your political, I have friends who are supporters, and I just don't get it. I really don't. I mean, the guy is as crooked as they come, and well, they all are. I mean, they've set a new low standard. They don't see it. How can you not? How could you not see that?
I don't know. I'm still friends with them because we just say, let's just don't talk politics.
I've got a few friends like that too. Yeah,
I feel that way. So, but we're still friends. So if I can let that interfere with stuff, it used to not be that way. If you had different political feelings or affections, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But
oh no.
But now it's just like.
It just boggles my mind. I tend just not to talk to people that way. And of course, when I was in Texas, everybody in the area I was a Trump supporter. And
I think it's gotten a little better.
There was one guy who used to go around his house and he had a big flag out there and it just waving in the wind saying, "Fuck Biden." And in the end, I said to him, I said, "You know what? I mean, I'm not that big of a supporter, but I think that's really rude, un-American, and just plainly wrong. There are kids out there, What's that mean, Money?
Yeah.
What does fuck mean? It means vote for. That's right."
That's right. It means don't vote for the guy they're talking about. Okay?
Yeah, that's right. It means vote for. Yeah. Fuck.
We want the white Yankee bigot in New York. That's who we want. That's right, son.
Dear God in heaven. Honestly, this country is, England's in bad shape for different reasons, but
we're not in bad. What's happened to us is we've lost our civility. It used to be okay to agree to disagree, but now it's like you disagree. There's pushing, there's fighting.
Yes,
there's yelling at service people. If you even towards the end of the pandemic, if you were told to wear a mask to enter this establishment, people would fight and argue back with you rather than just wear the mask. If you don't want to, go someplace else. It just got nasty. I think now that they're putting a lot of these January 6 people in prison who thought that, we're the guy, we're going to overthrow the government, we're going to get our Trump guy back in office. Well, now they're going 5, 8, 10 years in prison. How's it feel now? And he's out walking around with nothing against him yet. But you're going to prison, and your life is pretty well shot and ruined. And they all apologize. Well, I was just doing what my president said. That was a lot of defense for a lot of those guys. And you see how well that worked.
Yeah, it worked well for the Germans too, didn't it? Just doing as I was told.
That's right. I was just doing what the president told me to do. This went bad defense, didn't work.
The question is, if they had succeeded, the only thing I could think that they could possibly do was to stay in the White House and hold siege there, because the rest of the country clearly isn't going to go that way, right?
They wanted Pence, and then they wanted Nancy Pelosi. So if they'd been able to get their hands on both of them, I don't think they would have heard them. They wouldn't be that dumb, but I think they may have held them hostage until they got what they wanted, which of course that ain't gonna work either. So they had no ending point, because if you watch the videos of them, once they got inside, they're walking around like going, "Okay, well,
we're here now.
What do we do now? Okay, we're in here. I'm going to go use the congressional head. Okay, at least I'm going to do that. And I'm going to sit at Nancy's desk, hit the gavel. Okay, we're done. Let me go home now." I just say they had no.
Oh, but wait, take a selfie.
Ending point. When they got in there, like, what do you do?
Wasn't really thought through, was it?
Not too much, no. But you gotta look at the people who were in there and just go, this isn't the brightest group there is anyway. So
not the sharpest tool in the shed, that's for sure. Well, that's
you're wearing a sheep vest and antlers on your head, walking around just like, okay, we're here now. Now what? Let's go back. Let's go lunch. Anyone? Okay, let's go do that. We'll go have lunch.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad they're all going to jail. I hope that. I also read that his daughter's marriage is on the rocks as well. Kushner. There's a boy I don't like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was.
I think she doesn't want anything to do with politics anymore because she's smart. I'm going to back away. They'll leave me alone, But I think he got a taste of it and maybe wants to get back in there again, and therefore the problems, So
yeah,
the smart ones are going. I'm going to back away from this political stuff and just get to the business side, and lay low and stay out of the limelight. And they'll have an easier life. But you keep pushing, put yourself out there, they're just going to keep coming for you.
But
keep it up.
Here's the I don't know. I never used to care about politics.
No, I never. I kind of would keep up with it just to see what's going on, but I wasn't like a idiot about it. It's just until the idiot came around, I became an idiot about it, because that was 4 years of pure stress for me.
It was
every day he'd say something stupid, he'd do something stupid, and it was just like, I can't believe he's doing that. It was just stressful. I had to turn things off. I couldn't listen. I couldn't watch. I'm just going like, man, how am I going to make it to the next 4 years? One
of my favorites was there were two things he did. One, he was railing about toilets using too much water. Remember that? And there were other things like major shit going on in the world. Well, my toilet uses too much water, and the other was that windmills will give you cancer.
What will give you cancer?
Windmills.
Oh, right. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The toilet issue, now we haven't answered that because he was busy trying to flush documents down the toilet. So therefore, there was the problem with the water of the toilets.
That's why he had the problem with it. Now I wondered why he was railing about that. That's what it was. He was trying to flush stuff down, and it wasn't working, and he was angry.
I do have a little bit of bad news today. We were supposed to have our first guest on today, Brad Pitt, and that's why I'm here in LA doing my part, because I just travel and go where we can find someone and stick them on as a guest. If they won't come to us, I'll go to them.
Well, that was Rob Lowe.
Things have changed. I hate to say we'll have no Brad Pitt this week. It'll have to be after the holidays because things have changed in Brad's life. I don't know if you know or not. I mean, Brad's 59 years old, okay? Yes, he finally has a new love in his life, and she's 30 years younger than he is.
I'm going to have to ask him when, I'm going to have to get some dating tips. How does this work?
Yeah, well, it's if we all look like Brad Pitt, I don't think we'd have any problem getting any dating tips at all. We'd all be okay, you know?
Well, I wouldn't say I don't look like him.
Neither one of us look like him, but if we look like him, our lives would probably be a lot different. But he's one of those guys. He got the looks.
Yeah, he got the genes, didn't he?
He's got the talent. He's got all the good stuff. He's a really good guy.
We got the talent.
I like him a lot. Always have. But it's going to be a little bit delayed having him on as a guest. I wish I'd have known earlier because we could have maybe secured a backup, but I didn't get enough of a notice to do that. So,
well,
let him enjoy his new love. I hear that he's pretty smitten, and she's 29, he's 59. You know, so in the male world, that's a really good thing. So we like that. Yeah. Their sense of maturity just out the window, just going, well, I guess under 30, this is great. I'm doing okay. So, but he seems happy, and that's great. So let him enjoy holidays, all that stuff, and we'll catch up with him, and I'll grab him again after the first of the year.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work, and we'll have to. There's some other people we'll get as well. I'm thinking that we should get Miley Cyrus on. My feeling.
You know, I want to thank you for turning me on to that I guess I'd call it a video remix.
Oh, isn't it cool?
Blondie song "Heart of Glass," and it's been remixed, and of course Miley's a part doing it with Blondie when she was around the same age at her peak, and it just blends really well. I mean, because it's two different voices, you know.
Yeah.
There's Debbie Harry's, which has got her little high pitched kind of Blondie thing to it, I guess, and there's Miley's a little bit rougher and gruffer, and together it just works really well. I mean, it's really cool.
Oh, it is. And you know what? I used to watch her as Hannah Montana with my kids.
Well, you pervert. That explains a lot right there.
Excuse me. With my children. And I used to say...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I had two little girls, so they were totally fascinated with her. And, and I remember, and I used to say, even then I said, man, she's got a voice. And they said, Dad, you can't like her. I go, no, I don't like her. Not like, I'm going to explain that to children. I just think she has a lot of talent. And I was right. And that, I think, was the first video that I saw of her in quite a while. Do you remember that? Of course, you would have heard this on Oldies because neither of us remember when it came out. Melanie, remember her?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. She actually had some really good stuff that didn't hit. But anyway, she did a thing with Miley Cyrus, and it was brilliant. She did a whole thing. Miley did a whole thing where she bring other people, other artists into what is supposedly her back garden, and do a set with them. And it's all on YouTube. And it's well worth just looking into because some of them are my jaw just drops. It's just like, good Lord. This woman.
I like Miley, always have. She's brash. She's out there. It's like what you see is what you get. I'm not going to. And I just like her for that. She's just really a cool person.
She did with
Debbie Harry Blondie. It's pretty good.
Oh man, that was, like I said, delve in and look for more because all the others that she has done are as good as that. That particular one for me was just like, wow, this young woman has got. Wow, just it's a shame her dad didn't have some of that talent.
Well, the fact you used to watch her when she was a kid tells a lot there too. But I've met a couple of men once, and they were talking about how much they. And this is when Taylor Swift was much younger.
Oh yeah.
Around 20, 21. Mm-hmm. They're just going, boy, that Taylor Swift. You know, at that time she was just really young. I thought, well, she's okay.
Yeah.
You know, as she's gotten older. I mean, well, what's she, 30, 32 now?
Oh, yeah,
she
knocking on.
She looks really good now. She looks great. She's grown up. She's mature. She's a gorgeous woman. Then she was just kind of coming into her own, but they're going, ugh.
Oh,
Taylor.
well, yeah.
So you like her music? I go, you like her music? They go, don't care. It's like, okay.
Well, there's quite a
when I heard them, it made me think of you going, Miley, yeah,
Miley, yeah,
Miley,
Miley.
I don't care which role you're playing.
In all honesty, I look at that. I go, yeah, you got a great body, but there's way more to it than that. Way more. I mean, I'm sorry, it just knocks me out. I watched that video 4 times last night. I was like, oh, well, I was sitting. It explains a few things.
How many views has it racked up so far?
11 million, I think it was. 11 million.
Is that just like a couple of days?
There's
Miley calling right there. Miley.
It's Miley. No, I think it's been a couple of years. That was an iHeartRadio thing, which, by the way, you can find this podcast on. So it's been she did a whole bunch of stuff, and I think it was right after the time she'd done that. Was it Wrecking Ball? Remember that? It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I remember the video to that. That
most
people do.
Yeah. Oh well, there was the video that everybody went, "Ooh, Miley, Miley."
I'm gonna go to the construction site and watch them demolish.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and remake.
Tear it down with a wrecking ball. Maybe we should be riding that thing. I don't know.
Wrecking ball, wrecking ball. Yeah.
You remember when she did the twerking at the MTV Music Awards?
No,
she twerked.
No. Oh yes, I do actually. I thought twerking was horrible, but anyway. It reminds me of the people.
If you got to twerk, have Miley do it. She was a good twerker.
That's very true. Yeah. Do they black it out or something? Do they go to commercial?
Not that I could tell.
They didn't. They didn't go to commercial. Okay, fair enough.
It was. I think it was MTV. So they're not going to block that out. So
no,
they knew it was going to be done. They knew she was going to do it, and they encouraged it. So
yeah. Well, I mean, that was her whole stick.
The video they did for the song that she was twerking on, Blurred Lines, with Robin Thicke and Pharrell. I mean, the video was like, whoa, pretty out there as well too. So hey, let's twerk it up, and they did.
Twerk it up. I had tickets to go see her.
Yeah.
At Austin City Limits. I think it was last year. Yeah. Couldn't make it.
Did you go to that?
No, I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it for a few reasons. I had 3 days. I could have seen Duran Duran. I could have seen her. And I can't remember who else was there. Was a bunch of really, really good acts, and I couldn't make any one of them, which was heartbreaking.
So instead, you just had to go home to the Miley blow-up doll and just leave it at that.
I just sent her a message, and she was very nice about it. I have a friend.
I'm glad you patched her up with the duct tape, and she's working well again. So I'm happy for you.
Oh, you mean my blow up? Oh, what a giveaway!
Mighty blow up doll. Last time I was talking to her, I could hear it leaking in the background.
Oh, that's actually
patch her up, damn it! Come on, fix her up.
Dog who likes to sit, he's sitting right by me, and this dog, I mean, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but it sounds like he's singing at the moment. And he makes the weirdest noise when he sleeps. And of course, this chair is creaking.
So you say it's a corgi, right?
Yes, like the queen.
Isn't that the dogs the queen had?
That's
she had
right.
Corgis.
Yes. Well, my daughter had bought this dog and asked me to look after it for 2 weeks. That was 5 years ago.
So I say, why do the British like corgis so much?
I don't know. They're Welsh corgis too. They're not even British. They're Welsh. And they're cute. They got a smile, and they shed like you would not believe.
I can see that. But now the number one dog in England and in the States is the French bulldog.
Oh, really? Oh,
with the smushed in face.
Yeah.
Those guys.
My next door neighbor has one of those. I don't see the attraction. I don't get it.
If you watch the Westminster Dog Show on Thanksgiving Day, you would know the best in show, French Bulldog.
Well, it was Thanksgiving Day, and of course I should have done that. I don't remember what I did that day. I didn't go fishing, that's for
The
sure.
American thing to do, you do this. You watch the Macy's parade.
Oh, Macy's
You watch
parade.
the Westminster Dog Show.
Okay.
And then you watch football.
Oh, I probably did watch football. Yeah. Yeah, I've been watching football, trying to understand it.
You did 1 out of 3. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit American. Yeah, that and NASCAR. Yeehaw. But
I tell you what, those little French bulldogs, they like most animals, you throw them in the water, they can do the doggy paddling and get out to the side. French bulldogs can't swim because they can't really breathe that well. So, just ask my wife's daughter, and she'll tell you about that. But they put the dog in the lake, and the dog can come back up. So,
oh no, oh God.
Oh yeah,
oh no,
Frenchie,
come here,
couple
buddy.
bubbles, what Frenchie?
That rather reminds.
What's that floating down there on the riverbank? What's that? The Frenchie? Frenchie didn't swim.
Frenchie didn't swim. Frenchie died. He was a friend of mine.
Not that day, no.
That reminds me of a story I was told in Texas, where when I was selling my house, this guy came around and said, "Yeah, well, I've got 50 acres and blah 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 blah." And I was selling this stuff, and these people came around. They had this little stupid dog. It looked more like a damn rat. And I go, "Oh yeah." He said, "I told them don't leave that damn thing out there. We got buzzards out here." And sure enough, a buzzard came down and grabbed the damn thing, took it off, and gone. Yeah, there was some big ass birds out there, man.
Buzzard.
Oh yeah, and then you've got the vultures out there as well. And literally, it's like an eclipse of the sun when those things come by. And I thought, well, my cat is pretty big, but I was even concerned about her. Oh gosh,
should be.
Yeah, apparently so. I mean, she's quite a heavyweight, but those birds, they're huge. Absolutely.
In Texas, buzzards, you're hungry.
Yeah.
Just tell the birds, just go right there to the border crossing. There's plenty to eat down there. Right?
It's a buffet.
Let's don't get started on that one. So we've covered many topics and stuff. And since we're both old radio guys, covering these topics makes you miss something really, really, really big when it used to be like radio. Okay, podcasts are great. They're fun. Having a great time doing this thing. But we are missing, and I don't know what to be able to do this. We got to do these things live.
Yeah,
phones, man, phones. If we were live on this stuff, touching on some of these things, the phones would be lighting up. Hit those things, get yelled at, told to fuck off, or just going, "You guys are funny," or "You suck." I mean, whatever. I miss that interaction with the phone. So that's something we have to work on.
So that's something I'm going to have to. Yeah, I've been trying to figure that out. As you know, I've been technically having a little problem with a couple of bits and pieces, but we'll work on it.
You're not technically. You've been doking it when it comes to the electronics this week.
This week. Now, usually I do really well with these things, but we'll have to figure it out. I won't go into it now, but we'll figure it out so that you can call in and abuse us. In the meantime, of course, you can email Chris and Costello at yahoo.com.
We'll read those things. We'll read everyone that comes in, no matter what they say, right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Well, you know what? I'm wondering... or you could leave your phone number. Maybe we'll call you. Maybe that's how we have to do it. It'd be better if you called us, though.
We could do that.
They could.
We'll get it figured out. I mean, there are ways. I mean, the only way to do phone call, we just have to do our show live. That's all there is to it. So,
that'd be fine.
Just put it out there. Hey, the show's on, and it's live right now. Everyone records their podcast. Okay, that's just the way it's done. But we can do it differently and do a live show here and there, so we can have the interaction of you calling in and just saying, "Hey, you suck." Bring on Doke. You guys suck.
Yeah, really. Stop body shaming me, damn it, you commie pinko bastard. Why don't you go out there and kill a commie for mommy?
Doke. That'll be Doke's family calling in. But anyway, so enjoyed this week. Had a great time. So we're going to get the heck out of here, and we'll talk to everybody next week. And who knows, maybe we'll have some news about when we can do the live show. And that'd be pretty dang awesome. I think.
Maybe we'll get Rob Lowe, or is it Brad Pitt we're going to have? Do you think Brad will make it this time?
We're definitely going to have him, okay? Let him get the first couple of weeks out of his system. He's got someone 30 years younger, for God's sake. 29 years old, so let him have
Well, he'll be busy then, won't he? Either that or taking a nap.
That's right. It's 59 versus 29. I mean, yeah, come on. So, but Yeah, let him have some fun. We'll catch him at the first of the year.
I haven't hit 59 yet, so I don't know. Neither have you, for that matter. So I mean, should we maybe?
No, not yet.
No. Hey, with a new year,
it's coming.
Couple of years yet, it's coming. Maybe we'll get Madonna on. Coming. You know what? I'd love to talk with Madonna. I haven't seen her in years. And you know what? She looks nuts.
She looks she looks bad.
Doesn't she? She's got that turkey neck going. I saw her as like, oh, come on, lady, please. You've hit 60. You know what? Cyndi Lauper's 70, and she looks good. 70.
Cyndi looks great. I mean,
she's wonderful.
I had the pleasure of meeting her and hanging out with her a couple of times, and she's just really fun. She's great. She's down to earth. Madonna's scary looking. I mean, she hasn't aged well. She still wants to be relevant. You got to understand, you're a pop icon. Just act like a pop icon, but you're not the relevant young pop icon anymore. Okay?
You mean like Miley?
Shows, you'll sell lots of seats because you got lots of hits and stuff, and you were it. But you're over 60 now, and just trying to act like you're 21 just doesn't work anymore. So both you don't look good.
Leave it to Miley. Miley. Ooh. Miley. I'm sorry. I shouldn't disrespect Miley. I think she's.
I'll take care of the Brad Pitt part. You line up Madonna, okay?
Okay, so sure, man. I'll get Madonna. I'll get right on it. I'll just do the old 9.
She's in England, so you just have some good looking, okay?
I can do the old 411 and get her right on the line, man. I can do that.
Okay, you do it.
All right. Okay, all right, then. Guys. We'll see you next week then.
We're done with this, baby, so we'll talk to everybody next week.
Next week. Yep.